Allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego politico, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not the off in mind, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar, just they get the higher power. Over naira. See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my egun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Aha. Now you not done here, all these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. Where they thief our money, we no want to make the common man get what he supposed get for this country. And I never hear something. Now go hear one, my ego, you go show na paper. My ego diary political. So my people make you shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh
yo yo. Hello there, brethren. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and a good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun live. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. But remember that after reading the caption of the broadcast, ideally, make sure you read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like it, share it, invite your friends and your not so friendly friends and tell them to join us too, because it can actually really be very interesting on Mayegun's Diary Politico. And you can also join the conversation too. There is a number on the screen, kind of like a save it. You can phone in where you can share your own personal opinions, okay, on any of these topics. So that too. Until then, okay, I am going to take you through some of the happenings or that happened in Nigeria political space in the last 48 hours, because I've been away for like 2 days, yeah? So you can sit back, if you have shared the broadcast, you can sit back, relax, and then let us enjoy this, okay? It is believed that when they put together the idea of their direct primaries instead of the delegate and all that, it was not an end in itself. It was a mean to an end. And in fact, the game plan for their 2027 is becoming kind of like a clearer. Somehow, it might look like people have submitted, or they are kind of like playing along in a way that there will likely not be any tangible resistance to Tinubu's second term or APC's rule in Nigeria. So they started with the House of Representatives primaries, and we saw how grown-ups were unable suddenly to count correctly, where fictitious figures were being released as the actual votes of these aspirants that became candidates. So they did same during the senatorial primaries, and they were doing it openly. I mean, we saw where those who opposed the arranged plan or agreed plan behind the scene, who opposed them openly, we saw how they were treated. Member of the same political party, bloodied and disenfranchised so many places. However, even places where they didn't have any form of votings at all, results were still released, where some of them are currently kind of like fighting, okay, that they stole their mandate, they cheated them, the blah, the blah. So it was now the turn of the presidential primaries. So ordinarily, they have given a Tinubu consensus, okay? However, there is somebody in his party that ran against him, Stanley Osifo. So the template is very clear. If we can get enough people to line up in the name of APC in Nigeria, all right, with their membership card as well, even not, maybe not all of them, but at least with their membership cards, we can show to the rest of the world and even to the doubting Thomases in Nigeria that, yes, you may think APC is not popular. However, Tinubu's party members alone, okay, are almost enough to elect him or re-elect him. And they have proven that already from yesterday to today, when they declared that Tinubu scored nearly 11 million. Despite the fact that we all kind of like saw how these countings were done, places where you saw less than 500 people, they declared thousands, like 10,000, 20,000 their votes in their the same party, and they recorded all of this, totaled it to be 10,999,000 and 116 or 66 or thereabouts. So I am going to take us a little bit back to where this whole thing started and how it's kind of like stands now. So we will be watching the primaries of this APC, voting for Kolu, and how they arrived at their nearly 11 million votes. So he did something. Initially, when they started mobilizing these guys to cross over to their party, whatever he used, whether bribery, intimidation, harassment, whatever other people have claimed, he managed to get about 32 state governors out of 36 to now fly the flag of APC. So when this whole thing were being put together in their primaries, right, the governors became the returning officers. They were those who announced Kolu's vote in their different states. And that in itself is a strategy, to call it. So right now, each of these state governors will just have to do something that I'm going to tell you after this, okay? But let us go and check how their primaries actually went. The one that got Tinubu 11 million votes. We'll start from that. From Lagos to Rivers to Kano to Kaduna to Plateau to all these states, right? The ones I'm able to kind of like a capture, right? Here.
Demonstration of internal democracy, and it has been going very well according to plan. This is politics, grassroots politics, where every member of the party has a right to participate and be involved. This to ensure that we have an internal democracy and it's peaceful and well organized.
Your Excellency, you gave the state governors the permission to go ahead and organize an acceptable primaries across the country. Are you satisfied with the process so far?
So today, I am very satisfied, very, very satisfied that these governors, they've done well in their various states. To far from the world congresses to local government congresses to the delegate accreditation, validation, members register, and certification of the electoral process. It has been on very well. At least you will score democracy at a high level.
These people are showing massive support for you, Mr. President. What do you say to them?
I'm just excited. They challenge me more.
They are number one party member in this ward to just come in and exercise, his own franchise as part of the open primaries that we talked about. And you can see that they've been extremely very orderly. This is not my ward, but I'm the returning officer at the end of the day, so I have to also observe what is going on here. That's why we're here. And all of the leaders of the world are also here. All the party members have we've done accreditation. They all have their party slips. We've done accreditation for all of them. And you can see that they've been extremely very orderly. Right? So we're just waiting for the president, and the first lady to come in and be part of that exercise. We've done some accreditation, like I said, and the counting has also started. And we've kept, everybody that has not been attended, they cannot come in here again except you, gentlemen of the press. And you can report, you can see that it's extremely very peaceful. It's carnival-like event, and we're happy that it's turning up, the way we expected. And the president will be here in another 1 minute. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The function that he has played so far, we need to get him elected, then to continue to do that. Nobody can without the fact that.
So it's still looking peaceful, by the way. But the more we get into it, okay, the more you are going to see. I actually combine them, by the way, all right, so that you can just watch from one clip to the other, to the next, and to the next, as well as the governors who now act as returning officers for the primaries for calling in their states and the results. By the way, you have Lagos State gave him, this is like Lagos State APC. Their own result is 814,988. So that's how much APC members alone recorded in Lagos. And how did they do that, right? You're going to see some of them. So in Adamawa, 644,149. That's what they recorded for APC members that voted for Kolu in Adamawa. Are you following now, right? Don't worry. Let's see this.
Votes President Bola Tinubu receives total is 321,621. 321,621. While the total votes for standing or C4 stands at 42. Now the final lap. I, Dauda Lawal, the collation officer of the 2026 All Progressive Congress presidential primaries for Zamfara State hereby presents the result for the state as follows. Total party number of registered party members, 365,796. Total number of accredited voters stand at 322,435. Total number of votes cast stand at 321,621. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirant scores the following votes, and their names are as follows, because there are two. The first one is President Bola Tinubu, that scores or received total votes of 321,579, while Stanley Osifo received a total votes of 42. Thank you. This is the final result that will be transmitted to Abuja headquarters for further necessary actions. I therefore declared President Bola Tinubu the winner of Zamfara State of May 2026. May the Almighty Allah guide us. Thank you.
So Zamfara said, mind you, somebody said we shouldn't mind that because Andy Uba scored over 400,000 APC votes and still lost in the real elections. We know the number is not, that the point here is that the number is not real. All these numbers are not real. Fake as they come. But when it comes to Tinubu, those numbers are not like an end in to themselves. You know what I mean? They are just template to show you that your election is also not going to be real. But guess what? He is going to make this one look real. Well, to them it's real. Anyway, it is real to them. Which means, indeed, there is this 11 million people that APC actually counted within what? Less than 24 hours. INEC couldn't really count all of this, so by the way, but they counted Tinubu's own. So what they are doing is that when you get to your 2027, each state governors, all of these governors, right, each of them, they have that number, that their job is to make sure that this number enter the INEC data from all these local government areas, wards where they recorded them, exactly like this is the template. So if they have 814,000 recorded fake number, recorded from Lagos alone as their members. So do you think they are not going to boldly tell you that it's got 2 million votes in Lagos? They will boldly tell you that it's got 2 million. They will tell you that whatever other figure that you have, that's your own problem, because INEC will enter 2 million into their data, and that's it. They will tell you to go to court. But before you do that, right, you should read their electoral acts before you do that, okay? Well, we're going to get to that one. It gets ridiculous, ridiculous, and more ridiculous as we go further, right? All these fake numbers, okay? So they said that in Imo State, they scored, sorry, in Kaduna, it scored 618,914. In Imo State, it's called 582,960. In Kano, it recorded 500,852. There's also some details I'm going to add to this after, right? But here, the continuation.
2 candidates. We have done the exercise of primaries today, Saturday, being 23rd of May 2026. We have 2 candidates in APC. We now going to put the second question. We are going to put the second question to the APC people in 2 wards. We have the total accreditation of 10,678, and we have in Sheikh Galadima, we have the total of 4,897 in Sheikh A. We are here today. Those are Bola Ahmed Tinubu for presidential candidate in APC. They should raise up their cards. We want to see your card as APC for Tinubu. Okay. So now, the second candidate is telling you, are there anyone who's telling here? Are there anyone who's telling here? No one. So therefore, by this accreditation, Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Galadima has 10,678 votes. Was in Sheikh A, he has 4,897. Is it a wish? Is it a wish? Alhamdulillah.
Kingsley, the returning officer for Utoku Ward 9. Utoku Ward 9. They cannot use Delta State. Who was counting? Utoku Ward 9, they cannot use Delta State. So we want to start counting this line. Well, this is the line for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Nobody can see the agent is not here and there are no supporters. No opposition. No opposition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So they are able to mobilize a lot of Nigerians. Okay. And the last part of that video happened to be the word of Stanley Osifo, the guy who contested with Ekolu. So yeah, people are complaining, things are tough and all of that. But see the crowd who are very much ready, willing, okay, to give their all. And these are the people that vote. Yeah. You know, so many of you are like the white collar, what do you call them? The middle class. Yeah. You barely have that time, the patience. You don't really have it. And that is why they rely more on these people they call the ordinary people that could easily just get 2,000 naira. Participate. They have no idea what they are participating in. They have no idea that they are participating in a project, an agenda, okay, that will further enslave them. But they are not seeing, they didn't see it that way. But their role in all of this, right, is to validate whatever it is that APC is doing in Nigeria right now. Most of them are not card-carrying members of APC. They're just random people. You see some of them carrying stuff on their head. I mean, come and collect 2,000 naira. Just here, they will just count you, collect 2,000 and go. That's what majority of them are there for. In Abia State, they said it's called 161,000 and all that, right? But that is where the deputy speaker, Benjamin Kalu, sort of like reigns supreme, especially they have those ones they call the Renewed Hope ambassadors. They have different groups, right? But the Renewed Hope ambassadors, the city group, city boys movement, many others. But this one is so ridiculous, right? The primaries, Tinubu's primary, conducted by Ojiuzo Kalu and Benjamin Kalu, especially Benjamin Kalu. That is where they counted from 1, 2, 3 to 10, 10 to 1,000, 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 5,000. I mean, openly. And these are the numbers they recorded as part of the 161,000 APC members in Abia State. I'll show you.
2 candidates. One is my candidate, President Bola Tinubu. The other man there, I don't know him. Only in Wakakam. So please, those who came to monitor this election, over to you. You can come.
Don't need to speak on it. Just like I know. Somebody can. All right, the counting is starting now. Number 1 here. Number 2. 3, 4, 8. Speak up, please. 90. 92. 95. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1,003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Please, where is the INEC? I'm here with you. Oh, and now somebody should take over this counting. 11, 1,011.
1,012, 1,013, 1,014, 7,100, 7,110, 7,111, 7,112, 7,113, 7,114, 7,115, 7,116, 7,117, 9,100. 9,200.
Because of space. When your count, you move.
10,109, 10,111, 11,101, 11,102, 11,103, 11,104, 11,105, 11,106, 11,107, 11,108, 11,109, 11,110, 12,101, 12,102, 12,103, 12,104, 12,105, 12,106, 12,107, 12,108, 12,109, 12,120, 12,121, 12,122, 13,100, 13,101, 13,102, 13,102, 13,115, 13,120, 13,121, 13,122, 13,123, 13,124, 13,125, 13,126,
Wait. Okay, you haven't counted these people. Yes,
I, Prince.
The clowns in charge of Nigeria. I mean, some of you who watched that now felt like, man, this is a joke, while others felt probably like this is so embarrassing, right? But the reason why you saw the video is just to give you the idea of how they conducted their primaries and these numbers, or these fictitious numbers, how they got manufactured. Lagos State, 814,988. Adamawa, 644,149. Kaduna, 618,914. Imo, 582,960. Kano, 500,852. Katsina, 467,003. Gombe, 450,517. Borno, 414,988. Delta, 407,646. Akwa Ibom, 389,197. Enugu, 383,382. Benue, 374,787. On and on and on and on and on like that, like all those numbers. Their governors were those announcing them, right? From this clip. Starting with the Ogun governor, the dubious Dapo.
Adedapo Abiodun, the collation officer of the year 2026, All Progressives Congress, presidential primaries for Ogun State, hereby present the result for the state as follows.
Again, total party number of registered voters 343,407. Total number of accredited voters 323,164. Total number of votes cast 322,485. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes. President Bola Tinubu scored 322,485 votes. 322,485. Stanley Osifo 000 votes. By the authority of the National Working Committee, I hereby declare President Bola Tinubu the winner of the Ogun State Presidential Primaries for the year 2026.
I'd like to join the chairman of our party to welcome you to this presidential party primaries collation center. And let me also,
at the end of collation, our amiable presidents, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Tinubu, polled total votes of 277,192 votes. And his only opponent, Stanley Osifo, polled 5 votes. Therefore, I, Senator Doyediri, the State Collation Officer, hereby certify that the information contained in this form represents a true, correct, and accurate record of the summary of the results from the local governments in this state.
This process has recorded one of the most organized out there in recent times. And the only reason why it came out this way, it has to do with good planning. Having taken time to collect all the results from the 23 local governments, we have, from our record, registered members of APC 297,068. From after accreditation, we had a total number of 280,082 votes cast. His Excellency Bola Tinubu scored a total vote 280,082. The other contestant, Mr. Stanley Osifo, scored nil or 0. Having taken time to go through the figures diligently, I, Simnala Ifuwara, who is serving as the State Collation Officer, hereby certify that the information contained in my own spreadsheet in this form represent the true, correct, an accurate record of the summary of results from the 23 local government areas of Rivers State.
27 out of this total number, we got the result where Bola Ahmed Tinubu scored a total vote of 500,852 votes. The other contestant scored 2,675. In my capacity as the state's coalition officer, I wish to announce the winner of this election, who is the current president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, with a total vote of 500,852 as the winner of the primary election that was held today. Let me also
457,374. Total number of accredited voters is 310,990. Total number of votes cast 310,990. At the end of the voting exercise, the aspirants scored the following votes.
Yeah, let me save us time because I actually have a lot of stuff I want to share with us, even with this their APC shenanigans, right? So you've seen through the manufacturing of these figures, but there's something I need to point out clearly, just for the sake of the viewers. If you want to understand what is this, what does it mean? Like, tell us. I'll tell you. Tinubu knows that it doesn't really have to have a landslide in that sense. Sure, you get with what the Supreme Court ruled during your last presidential tribunal, presidential election tribunal, and the Supreme Court judgment. So is so covered enough that if the opposition decided to pull a surprise, for some reason, right? As people are saying that it is going to be Nigerians versus Tinubu, because currently it seemed that he has everything in order. Like the things are happening just exactly the way he wanted them to be. He's got everything under control. Opposition are in disarray, not totally organized. And then, the court is doing the human job in any way. So the civil society organizations that could have possibly mount pressure, they are nowhere to be found. So what is there to be worried about? Maybe nothing, except if maybe the opposition decided to pull a stunt. But here is the thing. A lot of you will believe that, for example, Peter Obi is going to, win the Southeast. I'm just giving you whatever projection you have right now is likely along that line, Abi. There are those who believe that Peter Obi won't have the same ride he had the last time, whatever that means to you. That's yours, right? But the thing is this. There are those who believe that, the eastern part of Nigeria is possibly just, Tinubu is not going to attempt to win anything. But here is what will happen. Peter Obi expected to win the Southeast, for example, right? But you have to look into the number, okay? You have to look into the number that they are going to record for Obi and the one they are going to record for Tinubu. And then you have to look at this number that they are currently brandishing from Abia to Imo to Enugu to Ebonyi. Do you get what I mean now? To Anambra. So you realize that most of what they want to achieve there is to ensure that they will make nonsense of whatever score they record for Peter Obi there. And this is the example. Like, for example, you have, I'll use their number. Let me use their number. let us use this fake number from Abia, 161,000. And these are supposed to be like the APC members, so not the real vote. So to them, if they manage to now increase the number to 400,000 on INEC tally in your 2027 election, 400,000, and then they record maybe 650,000 for Peter Obi in that same Abia. Peter Obi has won Abia. By the time you look at the numbers, you realize that not only that Tinubu will get his 25% there as they are going to write it, he's going to get more than that. Okay? Then when you now go to places like Lagos, where expectedly you'll be like, you know, the last time Peter Obi had a good ride and all of that there, right? But this time around, with this 814,000, it's crazy, by the way, because Peter Obi scored 918,000 votes in Lagos. They reduced it to 571,000 or something. Tinubu scored 130-something thousand votes in Lagos. They reduced it to, they increased it to 561,000, closing it. So the point there is that they will now have the opportunity to shrink anything. Let's say in Lagos, for example, I'm just using examples now, okay? So they are not like real figures, all right? But just use what is currently publicly available, right? So they have, or let's say rather, the opposition scores or they record 1.5 million for example, Obi. With 814,988, they recorded as their own members alone, which is like 815,000. So do you think it's going to be hard for them to multiply that by 3 to get 2.4, 2.6 million? Do you think it's going to be hard? This is what they are playing. If you pay attention very well, this is the plots. They are not interested in trying to win anything like that. It's landslide. No. So Kano, for example, they have recorded 500,852 as their own members alone who voted for Tinubu in Kano primaries. Do you think it's going to be hard for them to multiply that as well by 3? Even if Kwakwaso wants to pull his weight and the rest of that, and he scored or they record 2 million for him, but he won't have the power to deny Tinubu his 25% there, because they will now be able to multiply theirs by 3. So if they record 1.8 million or whatever for Obi or Kwakwaso there, or they won Kano, then you see them record 1.6 million for Tinubu. And that is the plot. My own permutations, right? So he returned to Abuja to receive this, this honor of 10,999,116 members of APC across Nigeria, without IRFO, without BVASO, without what else again? None of this. APC conducted primaries that returned over 11 million. Over 10 million, or let's say nearly 11 million to call, even in the state where banditry, terrorism have wreaked serious havoc. They still collected results, wrote results from all of these places, and declared them to be the true representation of their own members. So who is going to then dispute it? It is embarrassing, isn't it, right? Here is Kolu and the red carpet to honor this achievement.
Good evening. Are we speaking? Where are some? Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Wasiri, Junior. I'm now with you. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Congratulations. I was watching you. Thank you, Excellency. Thank you, Excellency. Thank you, Excellency.
So yeah, it was there to accept the nomination, okay, and to give them pat on the back for a job well done. Everything is still going on as planned, my own opinion, right? So the all was filled to the brim, at least. But there is something I noticed, which I hope you will notice as well. I know most of those around these guys are just mere eye service, what do you call them, sycophants or so. Playing the eye service, the court jesters and the praise singers and all that. But somehow the hall didn't look much like enthused by whatever Kalu was saying at a point. I'm going to share that with you. But this was Ayosanyim announcing the total vote of Kalu just before they now gave him the... I'll show you.
Mr. President, for the purpose of this election, 11,069,756 voters were accredited. Mr. President, after the accreditation, 11,015,665 voters casted their votes. And after we completed the votes, I am delighted to announce on behalf of the committee that the aspirants received votes as follows. President Bola and Tinubu GCFR received a total number of 10,999,162 votes. Mr. Daniel received a total of 16,503 votes. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore my duty as the returning officer for this primary election to declare President Bola and Tinubu, having satisfied the requirements of APC Constitution and guidelines and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner of the primary election. And is returned elected, nominated as the party's presidential candidate. APC! APC!
So you get it? And indeed, it was a joyous day for them. Their chairman was over the moon. He has delivered as expected of him. And right now, the next project is how to resell Kolu to you for the second time. They did sell Bukwari back to you anyway. So the same guys are already putting on the gear, but here was their chairman.
We stand today on the threshold of history, a defining moment for our party in terms of leadership recruitment and selection. We started with the primary election from the House of Assembly, the National Assembly, governorship, and we climax with that of the president. And we have two aspirants to this position. The sitting president, President Bola Tinubu, and the second aspirant, Honorable Stanley Osifo. Yesterday was the primary election. It was conducted nationwide. Accreditation took place in all the wards across the country. We also ensure that there was collation at the local government level, which was done yesterday. Most states did their collation also yesterday at the state level. Some did today. Today we're doing the national collation, and because of ensuring that we also have a transparent system and give the world what's happening in APC and our government and what we're doing to ensure that we deepen internal democracy within our party, we decided to make this program live. It's on 5 TV stations, it's on online, and I'm happy that the two people representing the two aspirants, they've been challenging some of the results. It shows that APC is open, where we challenge and mistakes were made, corrections were done based on the suggestion of the two representatives of the two aspirants. And I'm happy that this coalition has gone mutually with the mutual respect of the two aspirants, and also the respect that every aspirant in the party has given the respect to the party. Finally, what the defining moment, we've tidied up the coalition. But let me thank the governors who were the returning officers of their state, and the people that were selected to become also the returning officer of their states. Thank you so very much for a great job you've done, a sacrifice to the nation and for the party. At no cost to the party, you've done that. May God bless your effort and what you've done for this great party.
And for this great country. Like, these guys knows, right, that they're actually building their castle in the air. Lies, propaganda. But the most concerning thing is this. They strongly believe in what they are doing. Like, they strongly believe that they are doing the right thing. If you don't agree with them, maybe you are the problem. Because to them, they are successful. They are running the country fine. The economy is fine. The insecurity are just challenges, but yes, you overcome it. He is building the country where in the future, you are going to appreciate what he is doing. Honestly, that is their vision. They strongly believe in what they are doing. And that whatever it is right now that people are going through, is just part of the, sacrifices that people would have to make so that their own children won't have to. That deceit, that lies. This is democracy. We are deepening democracy. We are all this show, this charade. To them, they are doing the right thing. And whether you like it or not, as long as they hold power, it seemed everybody would just have to toe the line like that. I mean, Kolu gave a speech, by the way. I've reduced some of them to some part of what he had to say. Then I will show you more. First, Kolu himself. Oh, hang on. I think they first presented him, the guy presented him the return certificate or something that then certified him as their presidential candidate for re-election. For the rest to come and slug it out with him.
Presents this certificate of return. Your Excellency, Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. President.
Stand up for the champion. That's the song in the background. So call, have something to say. For every criticism of his reform, the aftermath, how the country is currently like spiraling and all that, they are just not too much of a thing to be worried about, because to him, they are on top of it. So don't worry. And like Akpabioli also said, right? He actually told us that on the part of on the issue of insecurity, right? It's just all about elections. So the moment elections stop, right, the insecurity will stop. It's like, so people have to wait and keep dying, getting kidnapped and the rest of that for the next, how many months? 8 months. Anyway, here is Kolu's own position after he became their candidate. Please watch.
Thank you very, very much. Please be seated. I want around to chart a new course, a new direction of our party and our nation. Today, our task is to affirm that continuity, which is essential. To consolidate the reform, to work harder for prosperity, to bring that hope home to our people, and work harder to ensure Nigeria's prosperity that we long expected is here with us. I accept with profound humility and profound gratitude the nomination of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, to stand again as your presidential candidate in the 2027 election. I thank all the party leadership. I was glued to the television screen after participating in my own ward yesterday, watching the process. I saw what you did. I saw the rally in Kano. I saw the mammoth crowd in Kaduna. I saw the turnout. I saw the city boy walking the street of Calabar. It was a very good feeling to see there was no bloodshed, no rancor. This is politics in earnest. This is where we want Nigeria. United, happy, facing one direction of hope, prosperity, and joy. It is our time to dream and work hard. I thank the leadership for our youth. Yes, we have established the Nigeria Education Loan Fund with over 282 billion disbursed and over 1.5 million beneficiaries in school. We promise an improved power supply and end to estimated billing. In the past 3 years, we have closed the metering gap by supplying 2.5 million meters via Presidential Metering Initiative. We have established a 4 trillion bond program to settle verified legacy debt owed to gencos and gas companies. Under our administration, power generation sometimes peak at 6,000, 50% higher than we had inherited. But we are not there yet until we have uninterrupted 24 hours rest electricity. We move away from wasteful subsidy, corrupt invested, rent-seeking.
Kolu. Sometimes the electricity generation can sometimes get to over 6,000. There is no 6,000 megawatts, but these guys met Nigeria generating over 8,000 megawatt electricity. Poor. That was in 2015. Fast forward to 10 years later, Nigeria is struggling to generate 4,000 megawatts. But there's progress. That's according to them. There's improvements. All right. So they are distributing 3,000, less than 3,000 megawatts in a country like Nigeria, 250 million people. But they are giving themselves pass mark. That is why I said they are believing in what they are doing, even though in reality, it doesn't really kind of like correspond with what they are saying. You get what I mean? But they are believing it anyway. Yeah. People are making money. That's what they are saying. Some people are making money. There's poor people all over the world. So Kolu continued because they wrote this for him, I believe. And that simply means that those who wrote this for him believed in what they wrote as well. But it doesn't really correlate with the reality. But watch.
Approach to businesses, unstable exchange rate, and weak infrastructure. Today, we are witnessing a great turnaround. The Naira is strengthening, foreign reserves are rising, and our economic outlook is positive, despite the inflationary disruption caused by war in Iran and geographical crisis in Middle East. In addition, we are reclaiming our national values and ethos, anchored on unity and unbroken bond of togetherness. While our funding and now revived national anthem recognizes our diversity, it reminds us of the work we need to do to forge a stronger and a more perfect union. Though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. As Nigerians, we must continue to stand together for our country against all forces that seek to divide us. They will try. But we must be firm, be together, be our brother's keeper. Yet, challenges remain. Many Nigerians still struggle with rising costs and economic adjustment. We do not dismiss these concerns. We understand them and govern not in comfort, but in reality, with honesty and action. It might be tedious, hard, what else? We are not made for easy roads. We want to be quick, prosperity, and a better life to our children yet unborn. We are paying the price now, laying the foundation. I must also acknowledge the security challenges still confronting all in many parts of our beloved nation. I assure you that I take seriously the responsibility to safeguarding the lives and property of every Nigerian. Our government has intensified efforts to strengthen our security architecture, support our brave armed forces and the police.
Sorry, I mean, it's a long watch, okay? I did my best to kind of like cut it down enough, but it seemed that it's going to just linger, okay? So we'll stop it at that. So that was Kalu there, reading out how he has stabilized Nigeria economy, removed subsidy, wasteful subsidy, right? And then, anyway, so they gave you money for a student loan, and the Naira is stable. He said that he met Nigerian Naira officially at 410 Naira, at the black market of about 700 Naira or 710 Naira, okay? Then Kalu took that to over 1,900 Naira at a point. A pound was exchanged for over 2,200 Naira at a point. No thanks to Kalu, so they managed to pull it back now. Currently, the pound to Naira, Naira to pound is, how much again? 1,890 something Naira, thereabout, right? That was the same Naira that was very much 3 years ago, by the way. That was very much around 750 Naira to a pound. Now it is 1,000. You know what I mean, Sha? So the dollar itself, from the official rate of a 410 Naira to $1. So what now became the official rate of 1,600 Naira. That's stability. Mind you, that has eaten deep into the devalued Naira, which actually makes it almost worthless. So inflation, it's not inflation that hits Nigeria. It is hyper. If there's something after hyper, maybe super hyper inflation. That is what Nigerians have been battling with, at least in the last 11 years. Last 3 years, it's been like hellish. But not to Kalu and others. Yes, that's just a little discomfort. So, you know, when you start seeing the result of the reform, what exactly are you going to see as the result of the reform? Do you ever ask that? Because if you are carrying out a reform, I'll give you an example of what a reform means. The one that is easier, kind of like a layman one, okay? So let's say they are doing reforms on power, okay? They are doing reforms on the oil and gas sector, for example, where somehow they have issued licenses and supported local refineries, improved their productions, increased productions, that in another 5 years, when all of this finally comes upstream, number one, you have access to cheap oil, all right? And not just that, you have more electricity. Oh, we are investing in power. So right now, what they are doing, what we are doing is that we are trying to generate 20,000 megawatt electricity. We are building power plant. For example, let's say, oh, we are building 10 new power plants to generate 20,000 megawatt electricity. So whatever it is you are going through right now, your business is struggling because of lack of power, you are buying expensive fuel. By the time the reform in the oil and gas sector is concluded, in another 3 years of, you know what I mean? You will see the changes. This is how you track reforms. Okay? So if you say, oh, we are carrying out a reform in the health sector, for example, as well. They say, oh yeah, the government is planning to construct 10 new kind of like international standard, okay, of hospitals. And we are, for example, so we are building 10,000 bed hospitals in a 6 geopolitical zone of Nigeria. And they are going to be there for different kind of like specialties, whereby if this region can fix that particular health concern of any Nigerian, you don't have to go abroad. They can fly you to another branch of the same government, big, massive reformed healthcare, where you get access to healthcare. This is kind of reform you can track. But Tinubu's reform is like it's giving you student loan. And you know that it is either you end up japa or practically unemployed. And you won't be the first. They are not creating any real job for you, because almost like slavish labor, kind of like a job, is what majority of Nigerians are subjected to, no matter their level of education. It is that bad. So if you want to talk about reforms, how these reforms are going to work out later, what are you talking about? Which of them are you talking about? How many power plants currently is Tinubu's government building in Nigeria? And you know what I mean? Like, what alternative, is that what they call it? Alternative source of energy is his government investing in right now? Education reform. How much is Tinubu's government have succeeded in investing in education itself? In research, you know, those are the reforms you can track. But Nigerian politicians, they talk about reforms, they reform that by sharing money, sharing food to the poor people, manipulate them to validate a charade called elections, right? And then abandon them for another 3 years until they come back again, and then repeat it again and again. You know? So one of the problems right now is the issue of insecurity, right? So let's take a bit from the politics. So Sunday Igboho has announced that finally he's met with Tinubu, and Tinubu has approved a new kind of like a private security outfit called Iru Ekun. And their plan is to recruit as many Yorubas as possible who are willing to volunteer to join them in going after this invading terrorists. I have a lot of questions, and I bet some of you also do have your own questions, Abi. But this is the kind of idea I can get behind. You know what I mean? It simply means that if we are kind of like calling on him to possibly stand up as he's always wanted to do before the government kept sabotaging him, and then suddenly he became the friend of the government. So then we were asking, why couldn't he just use that same new relationship he now has with the government to get some leverage, whereby what he was doing at the time that infuriated those in power at this time shouldn't possibly infuriate them anymore with this new rapport relationship? But it didn't happen. Rather, Igboho came out to threaten us, those who are not going to support Kolu, and that got him a lot of backlashes, by the way, so a lot of people reacted, rightly so. But yesterday, he released a video where he was with some young men, all right, believed to be the current pioneer members of his Iru Ekun, that's what they call it, Iru Ekun, kind of like group. So one of the problems of fighting or combating these advancing terrorists, especially in the southern part of Nigeria, one of the problems, many problems, one of the problems was that the state deliberate act, because they've done it, deliberate act to disarm the southerners. They did it and they made people actually surrender their weapons. Then The other one, they use the system to also disarm Nigerians, is where Nigerians are not allowed to own automatic rifles. You can own pump action guns, shotguns, you can own Glocks, all those pistols and all that. I don't know if you can own Glock, but maybe pistols anyway, sure. You are allowed to, as long as you register them, okay? Like you have to have a license for it. But none of this is quite kind of like enough to confront the real terrorists who are carrying war weapons, like AK-47. I think they have one called AK-49, if there's anything like that. And even more powerful ammunitions where people who have confronted them have stories to tell that, man, you need to be really armed. Sunday Igboho doesn't really have AK-47, at least, even when they claim to raid his house and found his own guns, registered, by the way. They did not present anything like, you know, automatic rifles. So if Sunday Igboho says he's mobilizing 50,000 young people, logistics has to be very much considered. Yes, people are those who understand the terrains, who understand the old, you know, geography of Yoruba land, especially as all security is believed to be very much local. All right. However, logistics is something that is so very important. And when I say logistics, I mean, is the Tinubu's government giving him waiver to actually not only mobilize, but at the same time get logistically mobilized to be able to come, or are we just going to send people to the meat grinder? Whatever this is, these are just few of the questions that runs through my own mind. I don't know about yours, okay? But here is Igboho telling us about the new Iru Ekun that will now be the sort of like the local vigilantes in a different form, okay? Set up to really go after the Fulani terrorists who have now decided to unleash the hell on us, the Yorubas. Is positioned first, okay? Igbo.
Ekaro, Oki, Baba mi, Mama, brother mi, Timo Julo, Oki, Ekojumo. Mo fi àsìkò yìí, mo fi ń sọ fún gbogbo àwọn Yorùbá káàkiri àgbáyé pé security tí mo dálẹ̀, Iru Ekun security network ni orúkọ tí mo sọ, tí mo dẹ̀ register, tí mo dẹ̀ ti gbé síwájú president, wọ́n dẹ̀ ti gbà wọlé. So mo wá ń fi àsìkò yìí rọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ́ jẹ́ akíkanjú. Jùmílọ àtẹ̀tẹ̀mínà jùlọ tá a fẹ́ jọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ so mo fẹ́ kẹ́jẹ́ ká jọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ká jọ bọ́ síta láti plus gbogbo onú rìsáàfù wa because a gbọ́dọ̀ fààyè gba àwọn pípù yìí wọ́n gbalẹ̀ wa géèmù náà dẹ̀ fẹ́ gba òṣèlú nìyẹn bọ́n ṣe ṣe láyé ìjọba Jonathan nìyẹn tí wọ́n lọ káwọn Boko Haram wá pé kọ́ wọn jíyàn pé kọ́ wọn da ìjọba láàmú wọ́n tó fẹ́ ṣe ni pé wọ́n fẹ́ da ìjọba bàbá Tinubu láàmú láti pé kọ́ wọn sọ pé ẹni pé gbogbo ògbóró wa òkè ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn pararọ́ àwa la Yorùbá la ní gbà torí bàbá tí ń ṣèjọba Yorùbá ni o àwọn bàbá dẹ̀ ní ọmọ ẹni tí ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ káfílẹ̀ kẹ̀ síjọba ẹlòmíì so ẹ má jẹ́ ká fàyè gba àwọn kírímínà olóṣèlú tó ń kó àwọn tẹ́rọ́rìsì sí abẹ́ torí tẹ́rọ́rìsì lẹ́ni tí máa ń pààyàn tí ń jiyàn pé tẹ́rọ́rìsì ni set understand ó lè mọ́ jẹ́ fúlàní nìkan gan so ti anybody tá a bá ti bá nínú rìsáàfù wa kírímínà ni wọ́n tó bá mọ̀ kọ́ fẹ́ gbé ọmọ Nàìjíríà jọ gbogbo wa tó bá fẹ́ gbé nínú ìlú wa mọ́ bọ́ ń gbòòrò kọ́ wa mọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ kí gbogbo ayé rí ẹ kọ́ mọ̀lẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ mọ̀nà ẹ ó lè lọ jókòó sínú rìsáàfù ti wa nílẹ̀ wa kẹ wá mọ pa wá kẹ mọ jí wa gbé àwọn olóṣèlú kan náà ń bẹ lábẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ yẹn àwọn olóṣèlú kan náà ń bẹ ń bẹ so mo rọ gbogbo yẹn brọ́dà mi ẹ má jẹ́ ká fàyè gba àwọn olóṣèlú yìí kan balẹ̀ wa jẹ́ kò sí kùkù kò sí gìrì kan wọ́n ní kíní kan bẹ nígbó tí ń dún màrú kò sí kankan tí ń dún màrú nígbó ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run ni eléyìí tẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí kì í sọ̀rọ̀ ja ẹ̀sìn Christian lèmi náà kódà second wife mi lọ Mẹ́kà mùsùlùmí ni mo ń kírun nulẹ̀ mi ìbínú torí pé èmi gangan lọ church lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan ti bára yìí àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rẹ̀ làwọn tó bí mi so kí la wá fẹ́ mo bára wa jà fún kí sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan ẹ jẹ́ ká fèsì àwọn tẹ́rọ́rìsì tó ń pa àwọn èèyàn wa tó ń jí àwọn ọmọ wa ẹwà àwọn ọmọdé ọ̀la wa so ìyẹn ni kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká gbẹ́sì ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan kálukú ní ṣe tiẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá kẹ́nà jọ gbogbo wa ẹ dákun ọ̀fọlọ́run bẹ̀ wa so Iru Ekun security network ni mo dá sílẹ̀ mi lè gbowó fọ́ọ̀mù lọ́wọ́ anybody ìwọ tó bá fẹ́ join voluntarily ni kò ní nǹkan sẹ́wọ́ fẹ́ni kankan so a dẹ̀ máa fi phone number àwọn coordinator state kọ̀ọ̀kan sílẹ̀ tẹ́ pè wọ́n wọ́n connect mọ́ coordinator local government yẹ tó lọ join ìwọ tó bá wù ní o voluntarily ni o kì í ṣe by force o so tá a bá dẹ̀ ti ń ba lọ ìjọba máa support wa wọ́n ní tọ́mọ bá ṣe apá òbí àgbè àwa la ní nǹkan wa ọmọ onílù nífẹ̀ẹ́ òtún là wa ẹjẹ́ àjọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa dúró ní pé báyà nǹkan ní ká ẹjẹ́ àjọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ kájọ jáde tán láti flush gbogbo nu rìsáàfù wa pátápátá anybody tá bá ti bá nu rìsáàfù wa criminal yẹn kí ló ń wá nu rìsáàfù wa òṣèlú náà ń lo àwọn tí lè ń bẹ́nu sẹ́yìn tó ń bẹ́ndì òṣèlú yẹn wọ́n fẹ́ fi bàjọba bàbá Tinubu jẹ́ ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́ lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀ lè bàjọba bàbá yẹn jẹ́ yóò ṣe second time torí pé ńgbà táwọn kan ti sin tí wọ́n tán ṣe second time kọ́tẹ́ tó mú wọn ẹ̀ wá lè gbé àwọn terrorist yìí tẹ̀ ń bà mí jẹ́ káàkiri kẹgbẹ́ wá sílẹ̀ Yorùbá lọ́dọ̀ tí wọ́n bí nígbà tó mọ̀ rọ̀ wá ẹ dákun ẹja tó fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ Iru Ekun security network ní orúkọ security tí mo dá sílẹ̀ tí mo dẹ̀ ti gbé fún president tó lẹ̀ ti tẹ́wọ́ gbà so now ìdẹ̀gbọ́ fọ́ọ̀mù lọ́wọ́ anybody kò sí fẹ́ni kankan sanwó fọ́ọ̀mù wọ́n tó bá fẹ́ join voluntarily ni àdẹ̀jọ́ sí ni nígbà tó bá fi tó a month ẹ̀rí pé gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó free tí ò ní sí nǹkan kan mọ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run èmi gẹ́gẹ́ ni màá dẹ̀ lead fúnra mi yẹn sì mo fẹ́ ràn yẹn lọ èmi ẹ̀rí bí mo ṣe ń lọ tí gbogbo ayé ò rí bí mo ṣe ń lọ bí mo ṣe ń ṣe kò sáwò kankan ń bẹ̀ so ti ń sábà wọnú gbó àlèmọ́ sí ara ìṣe fídíò tó lójogun là ń lọ but ní gbòòrùn gbàtà bá ń lọ gbogbo owó rí wa àdẹ̀mọ́ ṣe ní state by state ni from Oyo state to Ogun state to Lagos àtòrí wọn ti wà wọn àwọn kan náà àwọn olóṣèlú kan tó káwọn kan jọ ń jáde Ìkòròdú tó ní kọ́ mọ̀ síbẹ̀ àmú gbogbo wọn àdẹ̀mọ́ àwọn tá a bá mú tá a bá rí i pé ó ṣe kíní àfa àwọn oníjọba lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run níjọba bàjẹ́ fún wa ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò ní bàjẹ́.
Do you know that I actually have a confession? I didn't listen to the entire video, by the way. But yeah, that was him trying to clear Tinubu. Do you see the state of a compromise, how it works? You will never have the mind of yours. It's unfortunate too. But some might say, oh yeah, he's just being clever, all right? He's just being smart. He wouldn't want to possibly aggravate some of those around Kolu that they would come after him again, whatever. So the thing is that if truly, because I keep saying this, do you understand that? Like, it doesn't make any sense for government, all right, who has all the resources, all the power, everything they want. They know everything about us. They know you, they know me. If you have become a person of interest, they will get to know everything about you when they want to. They have the resources. So how could people who are in that same government boldly tell you and I that some people, some politicians are those behind the killings of Nigerians in order to make Tinubu look bad? If you have such intel, who are those people? Do you get it? Like, if you know that some people are behind it, that means you must have some intel. Okay? So, are these people more powerful than the country? Because normally, right, you can never be, there is no army on earth that can beat the country, or I mean the army of any country in that sense. Trust me. Except, of course, like what you have in Nigeria now that has become so compromised. Because military have all the resources, they have all the, when I say resources, I'm not even talking about the weapons. They have resources to stop a crime from happening. That's how good they are. But if they now let it happen, for any reason, right, they also have the power to end it. So if they believe that some people are so powerful and they are hell-bent killing Nigerians in their thousands, including children, just to make Tinubu look bad, Sunday Igboho is not actually the right person to go after them. It is Tinubu's governments themselves. Because if you say something right now on social media, right, that they considered as inciting, the DSS will track you. If they can't get you, they can take any member of your family until they get you. And they will tell you the reason why they are looking for you, they tracked you or kidnapped you, whatever, right, is because what you just posted on social media was a threat to national security. Terrorism is a threat to national security, even a threat to these politicians themselves. So that's why I don't buy that. I don't really buy that. You can't excuse Tinubu from any of this. Okay? Oh, it's politics. If they go after them now, those are just finding excuses for them in a way. But yeah, he started Iru Ekun. and I don't know how they will be funded, but they are asking for volunteers. It is more or less like the Asari Dokubo's army. You know, Asari has his own army too. Yeah, he claimed that he's been working with Boko Haram's regime throughout that time. He said he's been helping Nigeria to fight terrorism. And then he brags of how he killed Igbos in the eastern part of Nigeria in the name of IPOB. He bragged all of that on social media. And he has shown us his army severally, their guns and all of that stuff, to say they are just like private security working with the federal government of Nigeria. There are many, many like that too. Many non-state actors who are working under the cover of the federal government of Nigeria. I think Adeza is on the line. Hello. Adeza, 1 second though. It seems that we have lost hang on. Do you mind? Hang on. I'll check something out. You were supposed to be connected directly. You might have to actually try it again, okay? Let me check something. Try again. So sometimes, right, this can actually play a smart one on me. So yeah, that should do it. The line for those who might want to like call in, okay? So the line is it's free. It should be free. Take care of me now. So away from that, it was rumored that because of what happened in Oyo State, right? There's this spreading rumor where people are saying, oh, bandits are coming, students should go home. And it also happened in Ekiti. I mean, Oyo to Ekiti. So people were like, is this going to be the people's reality now? Right? To the point that there's some idiots who are even making content, fake content, like they are, oh, the bandits are coming, or bandits are coming, or fake content, to further spread whatever this fear is to achieve in Yoruba land. So I got this from Ekiti. Show you.
Kilo ṣẹlẹ̀.
What happened? They won't enter now. They go full for that.
Oh yeah, èyí tẹ́ bá lè gbẹ̀yìn mọ́tò yẹn kú. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ẹ dúró, ẹ farabalẹ̀, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Bandit. Why una see them? Ẹ lọ gùn látẹ̀yìn, ẹ gùn, ó yá. Sylvester, ìjà lọ, ọ̀tá bá lè pè, á máa padà. A máa padà wá, àwọn tá a bá lè gbé a máa padà wá. We will come back and pick up everything. Ṣé gbọ́? We will. Let's go. Àwọn tá a bá lè padà wá tó àmọ́ wá tó. Ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀, kò sí nǹkan. Ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀.
Muslim la wà báyìí o, àwọn bandits ti dé, àwọn bíi tásà kọ́kọ́ fún mi bandits bíi márùn-ún kí kọ́kọ́ musawa kájọ jà wọ́n náà wọ́n báyìí. Ẹni ẹ̀wọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe pọ̀, àwọn bandits ni o, àwọn bandits ẹ̀wọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe pọ̀, àwọn musawa.
Yeah, it has become a thing of concern. You know, people are beginning to kind of like react, panicky messages here and there. Those they took from Oyo State, from that school, as well as the teacher beheaded, right? So his body, those they kidnapped, are still very much with their captors. They haven't even made any contact, right? To say, oh, these are their demands or something. They haven't. And it is also being reported that those who took them, from those who took them, okay, it is being reported, okay, they said the people who came to kidnap them, they are more or less like the Fulani terrorists. However, they have possibly handed them over to another Boko Haram terrorist called the JAS, who are those that will likely make their demands, like the ones who, they are those who took people from Ekwara, as well as Ekogi, those churches and schools, right? The same new terrorists called the JAS, they're like the Boko Haram faction. But we don't have any much of details on that. Let me see if I can get Adesa connected. Hello.
Yeah, Maego, how are you?
Baba, I'm very well. Oh, yourself?
Happy Sunday. I'm fine.
Right. Sorry about that earlier. Okay. I didn't know what happened to that connection, so I had to fix it.
All right. Let me start with the APC primary. From north to the east to the south. It's a sham. And it is a message to the opposition party that as they are going to contest for this in 2027, they should be ready to meet such kind of dubious way of counting. Because you know that they envisage this. That is why they decided that election result will not be real-time transmission, so that they will have opportunity to do the manual, so that they can form the cover. Normally, if you are using the fever, there's no way you can falsify figures. But in order for them to get their way out, they decided that they will use both manual and electronic transmission.
Did you see that Zamfara own, where they just said, oh, how many of our party members, they just used the party register and said, okay, 10,000, they have voted for Tinubu. Raise up your hand. And they say, hey, and they just declared it.
People they know that is 10 times of Zamfara. They don't even have that figure for... They don't even have that figure for primary. The total people in Zamfara, are they up to that gathered there for that primary? Even Lagos and Kano that have the largest population in Nigeria, I think the highest Kano have in the primary was 500. I don't know how many Lagos have. And how can Zamfara have 10,000?
That's what Lagos has.
Yeah. How can Zamfara now have 10,000? So this is a question that reasonable people should ask. Yes, another thing I want to raise in that thing is that INEC are well represented in this primary.
Yes.
Have they voiced any of this primary? Because if they are there and they are to do the will of the people, most of this primary is supposed to be cancelled. They're not supposed to accept the result, because it is not a news to anybody that everybody is finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000. So that's not how to cancel though. Do you understand? So this is a clear message to the opposition party that they should be prepared to see this, more of this, because that one will be between parties. This one is within now that we're seeing this. It will be bad during that period. Another issue I want to raise is the issue of Igboho.
Right.
You know, the federal government, well, he is supporting Tinubu because it is Tinubu that brought him back. You know, they take him with the same APC, but different leader. You understand? Now that Tinubu brought him back, so he has to play the card to favor the person that brought him. But he forgot the entire Nigeria that Tinubu won the leader office, and he has to still face the whole Nigeria, not Tinubu anymore. I don't know why they have been discussing about state police. Why empowering individuals? Why not, if you want to establish state police, why not establish it that have the power, that have the resources, that the influence, other than empowering individuals, others who have limited power to do certain things?
I mean, according to him as well, they are planning to actually arrest them and hand them over to police. How is that by any means? Like, I mean, I don't know.
Well, the system, they are not ready to make any changes, understand? So all this they were doing, they are just doing it. And if I have a person to discuss with Igboho, and for asking, you said it is the politician who is creating this abnormality. Tinubu have the power to arrest them.
Exactly.
And confront them. Even when they refuse to do it in Nigeria, most foreign governments, they have sent the list to Nigerian government of those who are doing it. So he has been refused to prosecute them. So why lay blame to other people? Do you understand? The same
it is even risky,
they have
Adisa. It is even risky that you are not cutting the snake by the head, Abby. You're not cutting off the head of the snake. You're cutting the tail by believing that you can go after people they imported armed. Do you understand that now? So that means even if you kill those ones, they will import more. Why not deal with those who are responsible? You know what I mean? Because that is what the government can do. So if you have the names of these politicians, I mean, is it telling us now that the politicians in Yoruba land are the ones who now imported this terrorism now? Is that not what the same thing that he nearly lost his own life fighting when somebody else was there? I don't mean, crazy.
What is the need of going after the terrorists? What is the need when you will see integrate them back to the society? What is the need for what's the need of risking the life of people to go and die after they have died on the field, and later the few people that come are supposed to be tried and pay the supreme sacrifice for it? You see, after they have killed a soldier, kill everybody, you still bring them later, use taxpayers' money, and you have liquid them and bring them back to the society. While the people they have destroyed, the remnants are in IDP, no food, no water, no shelter. What's the need of going after them for the first time? That's the question I will ask for. You put a lot of resources to go after them, and at the end, they kill your forces. After killing them, the little ones that were being caught, you bring them back, you rehabilitate them, use taxpayers' money to take care of them. What's the need of going after them? It's not making a mockery of yourself.
It is.
If the CBS is now saying that governors are integrating this criminal into the society, what's the need of going after them? So they are not ready. It's not that Nigeria has no, despite the poor equipment we have, Nigeria have the capacity. Is it not the same people who trace Sanu to Korea and arrested him?
That's what I'm saying.
The same people who go to defend Benin Republic, when they want to take over, they overturn the whole system within 24 hours.
You are even going too far. They just tracked Saleh Maman or something. That former minister of power, who has been he's been on the run for the past 2 years. So, yeah, the court convicted him in absentia. And guess what? Within 3 days, they finally found him hiding in one village in Kaduna.
Nigeria government has all the resources. We have intelligent security men that can do this work. Within 6 months, they will clear this off the track. I swear. I'm not the one that they are not ready. To the best reason known to them, they are not ready.
They are not. Because you are right. You know, there is this terrorist called Ado Alero. You remember that name? Ado Alero.
Yeah.
He's in those Kirby, Katsina, Niger, and all those kind of axes. Jigawa, Yobe. Those are his own axes where he's operating. Yeah. So he accepted amnesty, I think twice. Then he went back into kidnapping, Ado Alero. So the last time he had an amnesty with Bukwari's government, okay? But it was kind of like a plot in Katsina. So they sent police after him or something, and he killed, I think, 21 of them. All of them. He killed all of the police officers. So they declared him wanted again. But here is the twist. This guy sent his mom, his wife, his 2 wives. He was sending them to Mecca. That the DSS in Nigeria, they were aware of it. They allowed them to fly to Mecca. Do you understand? And when they were coming back, right? When people now said, this is Ado Alero's wife. This is his mom. People know them. They know him. He is not an imported Fulani. He is from Nigeria, right? DSS allowed his wife and all of them to travel, and they released them at the airport. They have Nigerian passports. They released them. And this is how they are treating some of these sets. They know them. But these are the actors. Who are their sponsors?
They know them. Analoga said they know them, they know their name, they know their location, they know everything about them. Analoga has said this now. He came to the media to tell the whole world that the government is crazy to know this bandit, they know this terrorists. Why do you refuse to eliminate them? And they are killing innocent Nigeria every day in the name of politics. I don't know what their benefit. That's what I cannot say. I don't know what their benefit is. And they are so heartless, no emotional intelligence at all.
No. They're just doing their own thing. They are
Instead of creating them now, you see the crowd that are following them. Nigerians are not tired. See crowd they are gathering. That's why I say I jump people go left and right. See crowd they are gathering. The people that are supposed to be stoned to death. My good, thank you for the good job. Yeah.
You have a good evening, okay? Yeah. I think I have somebody else who wants to react to this as well. Do I get that? Oh, I didn't get you connected though. Sorry. So somehow I think the network or whatever it is can be very tricky. Right. Hello.
Hello, Mayogu.
Hello, sir. Dr. Agbede.
How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm very well. Oh, it's been a while. I mean, I was going to speak to you the last time, but the phone died, so we couldn't really have our chats.
Yes.
So,
yes,
good
you are correct.
Anyway.
Yes. Mayogu, what is going on? What's going on in Nigeria is not good. It's not good. Let's start with the APC Primary. Right now, as a mathematician, APC is using what's called geometric counting. Geometric counting. Geometric counting. Yes, but they are using geometric counting. Geometric counting. That's a 1, 2, 10,000, 2 million, 3 million. Okay.
Is this a shame? By the way, if Abi, it is.
It's a shame. Yes, it's a shame.
It's a mockery. It's a mockery of that process. People actually do this direct primaries where you do it in America. People have to vote for the candidates from the party.
You are correct.
Clear to represent the interest of the. You know what I mean? So that doesn't mean that you don't have all this what do you call those money bags that invest in different party politics and candidates and all of that stuff. But they still have to do what they have to do and then lead the rest of the members, Abi. But this is a mockery.
Yes, and even if you want to use your money to buy votes, in fact, and if you are caught, you are done for.
Finished.
Okay, look at. Now that I'm running for the governor of California, one of the candidates named Tom Steer, Tom Steer, S-E-Y-E, Tom Steer. He's a billionaire, but he wants to use money to buy. That now we are investigating him now. I'm telling you. Yes.
I mean that is within your own party.
Correct. His name is Tom Steer. He's a pioneer. So buying votes is not good. It's prohibited. Now with the issue of Tinubu, okay, kudos go to you. Good for you. Tinubu, good for you. We shall see, because everything you are doing, you are letting everything down. Now, what you did in 2015, do an inquiry, coming to America, meeting Barack Obama, everything, okay. Thank God that we have Donald Trump also now. So we shall see. So everything for now, classified.
So it is, what do you call it? Wait to be seen, Abi? So we
exactly, and also what happened to the Trump behind that with Joe Biden defeated Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is taking it back again, taking it back again. So good luck, Jonathan. Kudos go to you. You shall take it back. God bless you.
And you too. Thank you very much. Doctor, that's a Dr. Agbede. I have other stuffs to share with us. I know our time is kind of like a fast running out, and it won't make any sense if I actually live with all of this. But let me show you a few things, okay? Thank you very much, Olumide Akinwumi. Thanks so much. And I think I got one earlier as well from Sir James. James 9472. So thank you as well, okay? So thanks to every one of you still pretty much like here. Their party primaries, for those who have become the victims of the internal political play, or what do you call it, internal politics. One of them is the former police IG. You remember him, Idris Abubakar. I think it was the guy that supervised the genocide or the killings that took place during the EndSARS across Nigeria and cooked up some of the worst lies until he got sacked. But I think he made a lot of money. So now he's in politics. He's a member of APC in Nasarawa State, where another person who was chosen as the anointed candidate has now been declared a winner, but he's like, nah, they are not like backing it down. So he's a member of APC, and this is another one open confrontation still to come. Maybe just one single call is just going to be like, hey, be careful or else, you know, you're a thief. And then it's just going to mellow. But for now, he's speaking or he's talking tough. Another one is the Minister of Darkness, Benkelemes, who people thought must have done his homework so well enough that he resigned as the Minister of Power, Minister of Darkness, only for him to get flawed at their gubernatorial primaries in Oyo State. So he himself came out to condemn the process by saying they only had less than 500,000 registered members of APC in Oyo State. How did the person they declared winner scored over 500,000 votes plus his own vote, to making it like over 800,000 votes? How did he do it? So it's rigging. So this is the former police IG in Nigeria complaining of APC's abracadabra in Nasarawa.
By the grace of Almighty God and with the support of good people of Nasarawa State, we shall contest and win the 2027 governorship elections. Let me assure every supporter and well-wisher that our aspiration to rescue and reposition Nasarawa State remains alive and unwavering. I deem it necessary today to address my dear people of Nasarawa State and our teaming supporters across the state. I'm delighted to address you today regarding the recent happenings in our dear state. As you are aware, I participated in the governorship primary elections under the platform of APC with great hope and confidence in the democratic process and in the overwhelming support of our people. From the results obtained in areas where voting genuinely took place and votes were duly counted, it was clear that we won convincingly. However, in several areas where elections did not hold, result sheets were taken away and manipulated by some officials of Nasarawa State government in collaboration with certain local government chairmen, who proceeded to write fictitious results in favor of the government's preferred candidate. In essence, the primary election was heavily compromised and rigged against the wishes of genuine APC members across the state. The perpetrators succeeded largely because it was an internal party process that could easily be manipulated without proper transparency and accountability. Despite these unfortunate developments, I call on all our supporters to remain calm, peaceful, law-abiding, and steadfast. We have formally appealed to the leadership and relevant authorities of APC to address the serious irregularities and injustice that characterize the primary elections. Should justice prevail, we shall continue our political journey within the APC. However, if justice is denied, we shall communicate to you our next line of actions, including the political platform under which we shall contest the 2027 governorship race. Let me assure every supporter and well-wisher that our aspiration to rescue and reposition national state remains alive and unwavering.
A former police IG, a very corrupt one indeed. He has amassed enough wealth to prosecute a governorship ambition. Then he got thanked. So he called it an injustice that is now going to lead himself and his supporters to a different political parties for him to realize his ambition. Some said he should go to court. He's not going to go to court. So a lot of people are saying that the 2027 elections should actually be sorted fully at the polling units. Do not wait for any court interpretation or intervention at all. How that's going to be, we don't know yet. Jack Bengo Broco. Thanks so much for that. All right. So Nigeria has expired a long time ago. It will be in the best interest of everyone to disintegrate the country to save life and properties. Well done, Mayegun. Thank you. Jack Bengo. For always, by the way. So we don't know how that is going to pan out for Idris Abubakar. But there is the other one too, the other political parties who are facing their own ADC. And that is the African Democratic Party, which is, Democratic Congress, ADC. That's Atiku, Amechi, and the rest of them. They are going to have their own party primaries tomorrow. That means presidential primaries tomorrow. That's the 25th of, I believe, right? However, they are already having issues with their own primaries too, because they did conduct their own primaries as well this past week. One of the aspirants that was contesting to be a governor in Oyo State, Alaka or so, Ajaka or something, so has raised alarm that some people within their party have decided to play the same trick that other parties have been playing, shortchanging the not so buoyant, financially buoyant candidate, okay, by going for the money bags, something like they've cheated him, even in ADC. Mind you, you know that Bola Nafiu case is still in their courts, right? There's another one, another set of people called the Dumebika Chiku group. Do you know something? Bola Nafiu is claiming that his own faction of ADC, they have cleared 1,400 contestants for all positions. Nobody actually have evidence of where they did that, but they have put it in the media that they have already done the clearance, screening and clearance, all right? And the Dumebika Chiku guys too, they are doing their convention. They did their convention rather yesterday, where they themselves said they have also screened over 1,300 candidates, including presidential candidates. So Dumebika Chiku believes that his own faction is the authentic ADC, therefore he's going to be their presidential candidate. Meanwhile, the coalition guys, Atiku, Tambuwa, and the rest of them, continue to hold on to what the court is going to say. Well, while they wait, INEC already recognized them, so they are going to have their own primaries tomorrow, or they are already conducting some for reps, assembly, and then governors. Here is their candidate, or aspirant rather, in Oyo State.
But those results that populate the result sheet of Ibadan,
and the two parts, because they did not emanate from those local governments, right? Chairman-elect in each of these local governments, party officials, agents, are all at hand to attest that this is not a true and accurate recording of how primaries in their local governments and their wards were conducted. So we reject those results in its totality, right? The results entered on those 13 results sheets. We are appealing. We are sending a petition to the appeals tribunal. I've sent them a little précis of what we intend to challenge, which is just simply this 13 result sheets that went to persons unknown, that did not transmit further to their true destination, that they went to somewhere and they cobbled up figures together, imaginary figures, right? We have the true results. We will even have members of that electoral committee that in their own local governments, we will challenge them. Did you see the results? Did you see the result sheet? And I'm sure the answer is a resounding no, right? So if this is the underhand tactics, we will go through the appeals motion of the party. And I'm quietly confident that if the party does really mean business and does really want to win an election, it will make sure that the truth prevails. Because we're just not making spurious allegations. We're not crying because we are supposed to have lost an election. If you lost fair and fair, fine, but not this manner. Because it simply means that the person who sponsored this complete total attack on the internal democracy of our party also concedes ab initio that he cannot win a fair election. And if you can't win a fair election within your party, what chance do you stand with the public at large? So, this is my appeal to the good people of this party. Just do what is right? But don't
just do what is right. So they have also shown Baba their own shege. Let me show you their own primaries, ADC primaries.
Over, you go down the line. Over the line. Come down. You go in the back. This side. No, you come this way. Go down the line. Just go down the line. You go in the back. Anya ga go ne. Unani go tra. Unani send. If I am now, just as the past chairman told us, no matter House of Assembly, our candidate, Honorable Bola decay. After the House of Assembly and the House of Reps. After the House of Reps, I just was finished. We complete for the day. But in time, they will praise it. House of Assembly, House of Reps, and the House of Senate. So, okay.
Ihe anyị na-eme ugbu a bụ APC Primary, Olu Senatorial Zone, Primary Election. A na-eme ya na Osoboro Primary School. Onye na-azọ bụ onye a na-akpọ Sir Vincent Iwuchukwu. Onye a ka anyị na-ene anya nwere ike irepresent anyị na this our Senate election. So voting now commence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Utah State Constituency, APC Primary, Igboho Award. In the person of Godwin Nwabeke, we will start counting for his lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
ADC is having their primaries today at Uwore Primary School. You can see them counting the Uwore Ward primaries for our brother today.
Yeah, they also did. Few clips are cut, okay? Meanwhile, the NDC, that is Peter Obi's own party, they have their aspirants, maybe their candidates anyway. So the aspirants for different positions across Nigeria are meeting with the Kwakwansop, introducing themselves. That's how they are doing their own screening. Like, they actually had a lot of people. I mean, I don't know how this is going to pan out anyway, but yeah. Here they are, the aspirants of NDC, those guys who are going to be running with Peter Obi and his new party.
From Enugu State, the West not to be federal constituency. I'm vying for the House of Reps membership. Thank you.
Yes, hello.
When John Joko retired, I bought it. I had invoked federal constituency, vying for House of Reps.
Thank you.
Good evening, Your Excellency. Honorable Musa Ndakbai from Niger State, vying for House of Reps, Central Federal Constituency.
Good evening, Your Excellency. Mr. Onwa Ansalem from Ebonyi State, vying for House of Reps, Ohoku Ebonyi Federal Constituency.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Okihe Evaristus from Imo State, vying for Olu, Osu, Oru East Federal Constituency, House of Representatives.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Salim Mohammed Shitu, vying for House of Reps, Amak Boy constituency.
Good evening, sir. My name is Hamis Idris, Zaria Association.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Architect Leonard Charles Amechi. I'm from Enugu State, vying for State House of Assembly, Isizo constituency. Thank you.
Good evening, distinguished Excellency. My name is Abdulaziz Umar Ganduji. I'm vying for Doakin Tufari Mungada Federal Constituency, Kano State, sir.
Good evening, His Excellency. My name is Architect A.M. Ariwa from Adamawa State, Michigan Local Government, contesting for State House of Assembly.
Your Excellency, good evening. My name is Ambassador Fubara Dagogo. I'm from Rivers State, and I'm here with our incoming governor and the chairman of the National Assembly Forum.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Engineer Daboikiabo Makiape Jack, and I'm contesting for House of Reps for Akukutoro Asaritori Federal Constituency. Thank you.
Good evening, My Excellency. My name is Ambassador Blessing Fubara Senior, vying for the position of Governor for Rivers State.
You are all welcome.
Thank you for joining our party. Also, thank you for the visit. I wish you well. I think they have started screening, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Is it here or in the States?
Yes, for House of Reps and Senate is here.
Okay. Very good. So I think you should endeavor to go and attend. And then from there.
My name is Inji Stephanie Amaka from Ebonyi State. I'm contesting for House of Reps in Abuja, Abuja, local government.
My name is Engineer Gladys Iwamokoro from Abia State. I'm contesting for Federal House of Reps, Sukwato Omonochi Federal Constituency.
Good. Okay, next please. Good evening, Excellency. My name is Jude Mondo Kafo from Ebonyi State. I'm contesting for House of Reps, Izamo Ishelu constituency.
My name is Soka for Chinya. I came together with you from the same Ebonyi State.
Good evening, Your Excellency. I'm Honorable Sonny Agwebo from Edo South. I'm contesting for the Senate, Edo South Secretariat District.
Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Honorable Mo Saigi, popularly called Mighty Ma.
I'm from Edo State, contesting for House of Rep in Oredo constituency.
Your Excellency, my name is Engineer Juliet. I'm actually with Mommy Maria.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Your Excellency, good evening. I am Dr. Thomas Atta. I'm contesting for the House of Representatives, Akoko Edo Federal Constituency, Edo State.
Good evening, Your Excellency. Amana.
Kokosia.
Amana. Thank you so much. I've been initiated right from Benin. I'm from Edo State. I'm from Edo North Senatorial District. I'm contesting for this position of a Senate in the House of the Senate. I'm contesting against the sitting senator, Adam Soshomele. And we are taking it from him. We are taking it from him. Amana! Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Your Excellency, sir. I am Engineer Didi Lubera from Edo State, contesting the State Assembly in Isakoris constituency.
State Assembly.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. And we are discussing with the leader and the party on what should be done. And I believe that they will try as much as possible to be fair and just. Our party is strong everywhere in the country, but is very, very strong. Excellent.
Chances. Some of them are possibly going to make it. Yeah, I think that sentiment is probably going to favor some of them. And like some of you already probably projecting, they are all going to end up with Kolu on the long run. So Nigerians are those that get sort of like cheated again and 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 again by the same set of people. And guess what? Just by refreshing the lies and preying on their weaknesses or thereabouts, you know. Anyway, that's about the NDC, ADC, as they are all battling it out among themselves, figuring it out who is going to do what. So, meanwhile, Obi himself was spotted. He was invited to this African district chat in South Africa. So he was in Cape Town. He was also in Joburg. By one of those appearances where he met this group of people.
You know, when
Okay, thank you.
Let it go.
Our good people, His Excellency, Peter Obi.
Coming to the president.
Where to Cape Town?
His Excellency.
Welcome to Cape Town. Yeah, well.
Yeah. I was supposed to come for a function, and I said, no, you'll be on Friday. Yes, that was getting out from.
Yeah, welcome.
You know, when they let you know, I'm not saying.
Am I right? That's the question. Let me tell you. No, there's very few human beings. There's very few human beings who are as close as I am to Very few human beings. So I can't be learning from him. He's made my very respected, member of the very respected leader and elder brother. Never. It will never happen. He has nothing to do with running from anybody. I've never run from anybody. I just believe that I do things differently.
That's right.
He said, well, how do I want you to? We politicians are the same thing. No, we politicians are the same thing. Right? When you get there, you forget everything. That is exactly what I said before you came. Because we believe that governance is about transaction. What we want is people that will make the society work. Somebody has just said about somebody being detained of justice. It cannot happen in a just society. We want things to work. The reason why your farm didn't work, or you ran away from your farm, is because you live in a society that was not caring for anybody. I live in the UK, my brother. I did business in the UK. Very successful business. I went to bank. I told them the schools are well. They gave me loan based on my intellectual capital. And I paid them back in another man's country. In my country, I wouldn't get that type of loan. They would have asked me to go and bring my dead mother and father, their property and this. No! We want to build a country that works. I read a book called Growing Apart. That's where I will end, and I will plead with you. I know you have a problem.
I don't want to ask you a question. My name is Iru Ekun. I'm a influencer. You are my president. I'm not saying for 2 months.
No, let me just see what I said.
See, APC, they campaign already. We do not have a campaign coming from here. But we are telling us we want to form our own network to start your own campaign.
Anyway, he had several engagements that got caught on camera, but because for time, but that was that. Because he was being asked to say something about Atiku and why he was running away from him, why he didn't want to go into primaries with him and all that. But he said he does his own things differently, not any clear answer. You know what I mean? But an organized society requires not just those in government to do the right thing. It also requires those who are the citizens to continue to do the right things. However, in a banana republic where everything goes, where the supposed people who are meant to uphold the rule of law have become lawbreakers themselves. So that society will breed nothing other than people who have no real value for their country. They have no real meaning. And that's what Nigeria is to some. Nigeria is poor because of poor leadership, as well as poor followerships too. So you have the vandals who are so famous for just vandalizing the same scarce public infrastructures, you know, poor road networks, poor rail networks, poor power supply, poor this, poor that, poor this, poor that. But guess what? You get to see Nigerians, yes, Nigerians who are either working in all these poor sectors, or Nigerians who are sabotaging these sectors to keep them, you know, poorer and poorer. So it was captured, right, that some lunatics had to go and detrack a part of Nigeria rail track in a place called Zango in Bauchi State. I have seen crazy mental Nigerians who have done horrible, crazy things, okay? But this one is extra. I have seen Nigerians who continue to remove the railings right? All those railings beside the expressways, those motorways. And then they were there removing all those railings. I've seen Nigerians removed the manholes. When they construct roads, it's not just like they're just pouring bitumen on the road and then a laterite, all those red sand and all. No. There are times where they have to actually dig drainages under those roads. Yeah. And therefore, to access those drainages, they build what is called manholes and then cover them with these big, massive metals called the manhole, right? Then you see Nigerians who go there and remove them because they wanted to go and sell them as scraps. There is market for that. I mean, federal government property, state government properties, local government properties stolen by vandals, yet there are markets for them. Because if there are no markets for them, this evil probably won't be profitable, so to say. But people remove tracks, train tracks. Do you understand what that means, right? That's a complete 100% derailment. Yeah, if, for example, they have no surveillance enough to show them this. I'll show you. Then they caught the guys who did it. They called them a Bola or something. A whole truck was there to load all these removed rail tracks. That should be death sentence, shouldn't it? I'll show you. This was a Zango, a place called Zango in Bauchi, I heard.
Good afternoon, sir. We are at Zango, still within Bauchi in Northeastern District. You can see the way the track has been totally vandalized. Nothing like sleepers anymore. Even the rails, some are cut into smaller units with acetylene, as you can see. As you can see, sir, this is Zango. As you can see, sir, today's date is 23rd of May 2026. You can see this is the track I'm working on. This is supposed to be the track, but everything called sleepers has been taken away and the rails disjointed. You can see, sir. Zango in Bauchi State. I'm trying to get the kilometer. The D has not given me, so I will still call the PTO to ask for the name of the kilometer. Zango. To the level crossing, even crossing towards the other side too. The same thing there. I'll still make a video from that side, sir. Thank you. Still at the Zango level crossing area in Bauchi State. 23rd of May 2026. You can see. And we have a military checkpoint close to this place. That's the most surprising thing here. Up to the main road, you can see the vehicle we park in front. That's the main road, a major road. Across to the other side of the level crossing to the same thing, the same way this vandalization happened. I'll make this video so that you can see that it's a very long stretch across the main road where we have military checkpoints, a joint task force checkpoint. You can see it. So you can see you can see. So this is the level crossing, the main road here where the track covers. So this is the main road. Then across to the other road here, you can see military bike for the checkpoint. So across here again, you can see the level of damage here. can see the level of damage here, sir. Here, across the other side too. You can see level of damage here, level of vandalization. Everything has been carted away in Zango in Bauchi State. Zango in Bauchi State. Thank you very much, sir. You can see the main road, you can see the vehicle passing the main road. Thank you, sir.
la vidéo va.
Like they have market for that. That's government property. Like people don't even have the sense of nationalism where you're going to be like, we have to protect this. They did all of that not far from the military checkpoint successfully until they were caught. Okay, they were caught. At least you saw that video, right? Taking that away from Bauchi to go and sell it in Kano markets. It's crazy, right? NDLEA. I was talking about this influx of Class A drugs into Nigeria and how, or whatever, what was actually the information given to these people who are non-Nigerians that would just carry drugs to Nigeria. But they told that it's no big deal or something because the level at which they are, I mean, somebody packed suitcases and it's all filled with drugs headed to Nigeria. A Chinese grandma and Nigerian collaborators. I think I have their pictures. I'll show you later, right? But this one, we're caught. We are good, you know. Anyway, that is where I would want to drop the curtains this evening. But I think I should share this heroic mobilization done by Omoyele Shore concerning this plan to sell off the Jabi Public Park in Abuja. They've already sold it, but they are fighting to possibly get the attention to keeping it. Shore yesterday.
Greatest Nigerian people! Great! I can't hear you. Greatest Nigerian people! Great! Greatest of the greatest Nigerian people! Great! The purpose is to ensure that you can have a place in Abuja where you can go on a Saturday morning and exercise. Yes, sir. As we have seen today. The purpose is for you to have a place after a week-long work where you can relax in the evening. Yes, sir. It's for meditation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's for physical and mental health. Yes, sir. But the enemies of our people decided that of all the places to sell in Abuja, Jabi Lake is their target. Yes, sir. And this has been happening since Wike came into Abuja as a minister. Wike is not alone in this. His senior brother, Bola Tinubu, is also a chief. Yes. Yes. In fact, what they exported to Abuja, they have been doing in Lagos and Rivers State. Yes, sir. Every piece of land in Port Harcourt has been stolen by Wike. Yes, sir. Every piece of land you see in Lagos has either been stolen or appropriated by Tinubu. Yes, sir. In fact, in Lagos, Tinubu once converted a polytechnic land to his TV station. That was in Lagos. Yes, sir. So they brought that impunity to Abuja. And we have promised that we will not allow them to do it here. Yes, you are right. That was the reason why we invited all of you to come here. Yes, we have been coming to this park for weeks now, having meetings with poor people who are making a living out of here as well. Because it's also an economic hub for the informal sector. And we are here today. I want to thank all of you for coming out here. But we need more people. I don't find it funny that we are here fighting for a park and the people who are using the park are pretending as if they can't see us. The people who have to come here every day to use this park to make money are even complaining that we are disturbing their business. Well, I have some information for you. If you don't fight for this park, in 2 weeks' time, there will be no business other than the business of UK and the government in this park. Yes, they are planning to build residential areas and hotels that will price you out of the use of this park. We have done our research. There are 14 acres from the beginning to the end. Yes, sir. And Wike has already stolen 3 acres for himself. Yes, personally. The others are working to develop it. That's why you see these walls and demarcations. By the next 1 week or so, there will be more demarcations. In fact, what used to be these temporary demarcations will be turned to permanent demarcations. And they will prevent anybody who is not a construction worker or the owner of the land from entering. In a matter of months from now, it will be a crime to enter this land. Yes, sir. It is called trespassing. That is what they are planning for you. So when we are here, it's not as if we use a park. But I have said it and I'll repeat it again. A park is a piece of heaven on earth. Yes, sir. And anywhere you find a park, please don't let anybody steal it from you. It's good for your health, both physical and
your mental. You know what I mean? But greedy people, selfish people who want to own the world, they don't have any other place again but to take public park. That usually really lead to a serious protest, and that handful of people that follow the show right there, right? But Showore has always been at the front burner of most of these advocacies. But somehow, a majority of Nigerians are not seeing him as a potential presidential candidate that actually have the zeal, the motivation to use the instrument of power justly, especially for the benefit of the ordinary Nigerians. But no, it's just some group of people else, all right? Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I want to say thank you to everybody who participated this evening, okay? So thanks so much for sharing, for liking, and then for calling. So I am going to see you another time. So until then, enjoy the rest of your evening, and you should all have a great week. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.